Hello and welcome to the Bowers Camberley showroom. Today we're going to be focusing on Sylcom Pro. What is Sylcom Pro? Sylcom Pro is a software package that allows the simultaneous communication between various devices, including Sylvac hand tools, the Bowers ball mic, Trumos height gauges, and plenty more. Using the software package negates the need for manual data input. This enables an increase in efficiencies and reduces potential human error. The Sylcom package also indicates to the operator very quickly if a component feature is in or out of tolerance. The values can be reported and saved within the software or externally if you're using a separate SPC system. Let's take a closer look at the software. So once you've started up the software, the first screen that appears is the login, and we can have various different levels of login. I've just got the supervisor here, but you could have the name of the operator, which would appear on the report. And you can see down at the bottom here, I've got a little green indicator actually telling me that some of the instruments are already connected, and that's because of some of the settings that I've got already applied. So I'm just going to put in the login. It's worth mentioning as well with the login, there'd be different levels of access to changing settings and things dependent on who's using the system, and these can all be fine-tuned. So on the left side we have the connection area. So at the moment you can see that the caliper and the mic are connected. So as I'm moving the reading, you can see that that's giving me a live reading there, so we know it's definitely connected, but I can see that anyway. With the Sylvac caliper, the Bluetooth is actually integrated, and the data is sent using a button on the top, a trigger. It's quite neat and tidy, no need for any extra accessories. It's the same with all of our hand tools and the ball mic, which we'll move on to later. The Bluetooth is integrated. If I wanted to connect another instrument, for example, the indicator I've got here, I've just got to turn it on, make sure it's on the Bluetooth setting, and I can click on the Bluetooth scan. So I'll just make sure that's on the Bluetooth setting. And you can see it appear there. I can just move that value around slightly so you can see it's moving on live, and we can connect. We can connect up to eight instruments using the Bluetooth dongle, but if I had requirements to connect more instruments, that's not a problem. We can add another Bluetooth dongle, and we can actually connect a total of 120 instruments if required. So now that that's connected, we can see an indicator at the top telling me that I need to change the batteries on this. So that's another feature of the software. It'll also give me an indication of if the calibration date's running out, and I can get warnings and alerts to appear linked to that. So we've got a range of hand tools there connected. So on the main screen we have some parts. You see I've been doing some tests and things, but you'd have a different part there, and the operator will be able to select that, link to that part. Depending on where you are within the process, you may have a number of control plans. So I've got a control plan here, which is for the aluminium housing, which is actually just the back of the indicator, you can see here. And just to keep things simple, I'm just going to be using the caliper, but in reality I could be using a height gauge, I could be using an indicator, I could be using the ball mic, so it's not a problem connecting different instruments. So if we just click start, I can pick up the caliper. I've got the component here. The first thing to point out is the part serial number. So I can put in a part serial number, which will obviously be unique to the component, or if I don't fill that in, I can leave it, and that field will automatically be populated with the date and time. We can see that the measurement we want to take is the width at 19mm, but it's also telling me what instrument to use. So if I did have various instruments, a picture there would appear, so just helping the operator out. And we've got a live view there of the result changing. So I'm changing that. So I'm just going to go and take that measurement. We can see as I've clicked the trigger, the screen has gone green. We're in tolerance and that value has been stored there. And just work my way around now. So we've measured that component. Automatically the screen can detect that and has restarted the program for that. So I may pick up another component now. I can put in the unique serial number again and then work my way through this. But you can see that now that we've gone through one one flow of results, on the screen there, just under the caliper, we've got an actual review of the data. So that's going to tell me, and that will continue to populate that as we go through. So that can give the operator an idea of trends in relation to a tolerance band. So I'm just going to quickly take a few more so we've got a bit of data to work with. And 58 mil. So we've got some information there, and I'm just going to put in a wrong result now just to show you what happens, and you can see the trends there appearing by the control limits. But if I put in a wrong result now, you can see the screen's gone red. This whole screen would go red actually if it was the second or third result and the other two were okay. So it's giving me an immediate indicator that something's not right there. If I wanted to go back and undo, because I may have accidentally clicked the button, I can just click undo there and remove the previous result, and then we can start again. I can also restart measuring that component if I picked up the wrong one or something like that. So in terms of actually creating a program and a control plan, I'm just going to show you briefly how easy that is before we then move on to the results. So if I go into edit, we've named it. I've got a name there for it. Store data trigger is irrelevant. I've got the trigger on the top here, but I can actually have a foot pedal, Bluetooth foot pedal, or a key on the keyboard actually to signify that. We can change the batch number, which I've just left as automatic. So depending on the number of parts you're doing within a batch, you could ask the program to actually stop. And then within the actual control plan, all I've done is input a PDF of the technical drawing with some of the measurements I wanted to take a closer look at. And I can literally move that around very easily, like that. I've added the measurements in. I can fine tune exactly where I want to place these. And then we can also very easily just change the size of the results and readings, just like that. And if I go in to one of them, I can rename it. I can change the display type. We can change the nominal, upper or lower tolerance, and just really fine tune whatever works best, depending on your application. If I want to add another measure, I can just click add, rename that, select the hand tool. So at the moment I've got these four connected, so I could have the mic being the mic to check something else, and just add that very easily and pop that where I want, and also the actual field that it's going to be checking. And if I want to delete something, it's just a case of clicking the delete button. So I'll just pop that back in the middle. So yeah, you can see that you could quite quickly create a control plan with various different hand tools, all linking into one component. So you're probably wondering where all that data is going. So within the Sylcom package, we have some analysis software. So these are the different, so over here we have a summary of the results, and if I just open up the filters, I've actually got it set just to review the last 8 results. So we've got a mean of those, the nominal value that was measured, the name, the tolerance band, min-max, range, CP, CPK value, and your various SPC analysis. So this is all within the software package. If I was looking for data of a certain period, I can then change the from and to date. And for the individual feature, I can double click on the diameter and I can actually get a curve, a sigma curve. I can identify using the control limits where the results were, and also just a basic go no go, what was in and out of tolerance if you just wanted a basic view. And then these are the individual results in a table. There's lots of information here. You may not need it all, but we can pick and choose what information is saved and then where it's saved as well. So if I wanted to export it via Excel, we can just click export all. We can save that. That will open up Excel. That's the one from today. So we've got all the information here, and we can, delete columns and things and change things depending on what you actually need. You can get it to live export, so we could have live data going into an Excel template, which is what I've got here, or we could have it just going into we could get it going into another SPC package via a CSV file or something like that. There's lots of other features on the software. So if you've got any more questions or would like a more detailed demonstration, please do not hesitate to get in contact. Hopefully speak to you guys soon.